Warning, incoming message.
This one is for all of those people who still want more of all the great tunes sung by the Commodore and feel the world is moving just a tad too fast.
Synchronizing.
We feel nostalgic about these songs because it reminds us of a time that we have lost, and now we're keeping it alive while having a blast, emulating the past.
RETROCENGO here. Today we're gonna look at the RetroPie. I got a lot of these small RetroPies. This is the version 3, Model B. And I just love these small machines. I have one for MS-DOS gaming. I have another one for retro main games and all that. And I got another one. I have a lot of these with about 500 Nintendo games and 500 Sega games, and they're just incredible. You can actually, they cost about, I don't know, $30 or something like that. It's easy to just install different packages that you can download for free. And I have these in different rooms, and on one in my living room and my game room and all that. They can actually get power from a USB plug from my LCD screen. So one of these are just attached behind my LCD screen with double-sided tape, and it gets power from the USB plug from my TV and gives the signal, the audio and video through the HDMI port. And if you just have one of them, you can just buy different micro SD cards and have one with Amiga content or one with arcade. But this one has got Amibian installed with a lot of games. Now, if you watch my channel, you know that I love Amigas. I love every Amiga model. I love everything about the Amiga. And emulating an Amiga on my computer with WinUAE, I hate it. I never use it. I can't use it the proper way. And on a computer, I just don't like it. But wait and see this, guys, because this is great. I love the real hardware. Look at my videos. I love Amiga hardware. But this, with Amibian installed and many Amiga games, it just works great. I got this on this one. I just got this just this little USB thingy plugged in, so I have a wireless mouse and keyboard. And in the beginning, I played Amiga games because it's got USB plugs here. I played Amiga games with a joypad. And back in the 80s and the early 90s, the games were just not programmed to play with a joypad. You can play, I mean, it ruins everything. These ruins Amiga gameplay because Amiga games are just programs designed to be played with a real joystick. Like this. But the Amiga joystick plugs are like this, and they're not included in a Raspberry Pi. So I got an adapter that has USB on the one end, and these 9-legged, I don't know what they're called, but this one on the other hand. So now I can play Amiga games with real Amiga joysticks through my Raspberry Pi, through HDMI port perfect picture quality, perfect sound, audio quality. It's just great. Normally, I'm not an emulator, but I mean, this sometimes it feels like, because this is just hidden behind my monitor, sometimes I actually forget about I'm using the Raspberry Pi, because it feels like an Amiga. It's so easy to use. The program is easy to install. The games are free to download. It's just, you have to try it. If you have got an Amiga, if you've got an Amiga collection like me, try it anyway. If you don't have an Amiga, but you played Amiga back in the days and you want to replay all the good old games from back then, drop everything with the computer and win your A. Just buy one of these and just install Amibian and you will love it. It's so easy, so let's take a look at it. Let's start with how my Amiga setup runs, and after that I will show you how easy it is to how should I say, to change the setup so you can actually set it to a 020 processor or just 010 if some of the games are not compatible enough, and 7 MHz, 14 MHz to run all the old games. And if you want to watch some newer demos or play games like Frontier Elite 2 or what they're called, where you need an 030 or 040, then I will show how easy it is to just adjust it in a little menu system, and then you have a powerful Amiga and you can run all the Amiga stuff. I mean, this is just, I'm not saying it's better than the normal Amiga stuff. No, I love the original stuff. I really love the old school original stuff. I even prefer the old RAM boards and old, I don't know, sidecar hard disk solutions. I love all the old stuff. It's hot in Denmark, 35 degrees. We have been at the beach all day long. I just came home and it's so freaking hot. Sorry guys. But I love Amigas, but this is maybe as good as the real deal when you just play some games, because it just works, it does not crash, it does not, I have no problems with it, and the program gets, Amibian gets, it gets updated, and you just have to check this one out. So let's give it a go, guys.
Alright, when I turn on my Pi, I get this screen. Let's start with Workbench. I can choose between games, demos, and Workbench. So this is how it just starts up. I just turned it on. Very easy. I gave it power from my LCD screen, from USB to the Raspberry Pi, HDMI here, my keyboard and mouse thingy here for the wireless, and this is the adapter for the joystick. And that's about it. And the joystick adapter is USB on the one end, and the other end can have player 1 plug in here and joystick 2 here for the player 2. So yeah, that's about it. Now we're ready. Okay, as you can see, we got 2 megabytes of chip RAM and 42 megabytes of fast RAM. At any time, you can just press F12. There we go, we got the screen. So let's talk about the config really fast, because there are tons of videos on YouTube on how to do this. Now those three, if you wanna have your Raspberry Pi to be an Amiga 500, 1200 or a CD32. This one is if I wanna use it as a 040 processor, and this is my auto start. It starts with an Amiga 1200 with 030 processor. Now let's look at the different. You can see the 68,000. If I choose that, I can just put it on 7 megahertz, 14, 25 or whatever, 010, 020, 030. I think for WHD Load Gaming, 030 is the one I prefer. So I can choose between no FPU, I just take this one, and 25 megahertz. Over to the chipset, you can choose OCS, ECS, and also AGA. Some of the games require AGA, so I just choose this one. But if you want to play really old games, Amiga 500 games, you can just take the ECS chipset. So yeah, the AGA. ROM, you can choose between different versions of Kickstart. I use Kickstart 3.1 for the Amiga 1200. But it depends on what you want to play. RAM. Now this is the fun part. You can choose between. This is the AGA chipset, so you can have 1-2 megabytes of chip RAM. You can have no fast RAM, 8 megabyte fast RAM. If you have a set Zorro 3 card installed, you can have 32 megabyte. You can also just check off the Zorro card, and this is some graphic thingy. I don't know. So let's just take 8 megabytes. So we have 16. Here you can just load normal ADF files that you download from the net for free. So you can just put in the different ADF disks and load ADF games. Here you can insert a hard drive, USB drive, and all that. It's also already done. Here you can choose between 4.3, the real Amiga format, or if you just check this one off, it will be full screen 16:9, but then you will stretch the screen. So let's just leave it here so you get the real aspect ratio. Sound, the sound is off totally. So you can choose between, you can just take it off or enable, and you can see different frequencies and all that. Input, port 0 is mouse, port 1 is this, as I showed earlier. This one is got a little circuit board inside, and it's called Onyx Soft Dual Joint Division. So this is joystick 1 and joystick 2, port 2. Alright, and I can choose if I want to have auto fire on and off. Here I can, if I check this one, it will show this menu at every start, but I don't want that. So yeah, that's about it. Alright, let's start this with 16 megabytes of fast RAM now. Alright, so let's take the workbench screen here. Oh, I didn't save. Okay, it's we have just a little bit more fast RAM. Sysinfo. If you don't think about it, it feels just like a normal Amiga 1200, you know. So let's take a speed test here. As you can see, it's 8 times faster than 7 MHz Amiga 600. That's great. We got as we chose 25 MHz 030. I took the FPU here. That's nice, and memory. You can see 32 megabytes of Zorro 3 slot and 8 megabytes of fast RAM. Sorry guys, my English is not that good, but I'm trying. And 2 megabytes of chip RAM. All right. So if you want more power, then you can at any time just press F12 again and take my 040 and load it. And as you can see here, I have chosen the 040. Not any megahertz, but just the fastest possible. Chipset, again AGA, ROM 3.1, RAM, as you can see 2 megabytes of fast chip RAM, and the rest is just on. Alright, so let's just load that one up and start with the mighty 040. Alright, look at the speed now. Let's check workbench again. Alright, it's fast guys, as you can see here, 124 no, 142 megabytes of chip RAM. But before we do anything, look at this. I got this USB icon here. If I press here, nothing's on. At the Amiga 1200, you have this little port on the PCMCIA port on the side. You can download games and put in a compact flash card. It's just incredible. But look at this. 16 gigabyte USB card. I just put it in my Raspberry Pi. Yep, that's about it. Alright, and I'll press the same USB icon here. And it will read my 16 gigabyte USB. As you can see, I have some test programs, save games, sysinfo. I got downloaded some Amiga games, Alien Breed, Tower Assault, blah 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 blah. Everything on my 16 gigabyte. Isn't that great? I mean, isn't that just awesome? All right, let's just check that one out again. It's just hot swappable. It's, I mean, for the price, for the $30, guys, it's just incredible. Let's check system here. No, sorry, it was programs. And sysinfo again. Sysinfo here. Now let's check out the memory. 128. 8 megabyte, 2 megabyte. All right. And let's take a speed test now. Look at this, guys. 237 times faster than the Amiga 600, 131 MIPS. It's so fast. I mean, I don't know how fast the Vampire is, but this is incredible. I mean, again, for $30, it's just the fastest Amiga emulation. Not the real thing, I know. But isn't this just, I can run anything with this one, anything. And the program isn't, Amibian is not even updated. There are newer versions. This is from the beginning of the year. All right, let's check out some. Let's load my normal 030. And if I want to look at some demos, then I just choose here. And what should we see? We got this. I have a lot of music here running. You can see it's something from 1996. It requires AGA. So, and I think I have most, I don't know, not everything, but I have most of the demos here. And they just run great. No problems at all. It's just, I think it's just awesome. Let's quit it and take another demo here. Let's see something. What's this? Something from 1993. F10 to quit. It runs so smooth. Again, another demo. I don't know. And it works fine. Let's just quit that one too. Alright. Now I just press escape and come back to the head menu again. And now we can choose some games. Again, there are music and all that, but I just turned everything off. So let's just choose Chaos Engine. Chaos Engine, there we go. Chaos Engine AG version. Let's just check out that it can be played with the real original Amiga joystick. That's the most important part, because if that's not possible, then the Raspberry Pi, Amibian, everything is just worthless for me. You have to have the real feeling, and that's the real Amiga joystick, nothing else. Alright, Chaos Engine loads perfect with the 030 processor, emulating the 030 processor, I'm sorry. It's in a dark room now. It feels like the real deal. You can see I have normal, what's it called, shooting rate now. And at any moment I can just press F12, go to input, check auto fire on fast, and say resume. Look at this, I got auto fire now. Isn't that crazy? Let's take it back to normal again. Off. Resume. Normal fire rate. But of course, I can just click this one and I have auto fire. I mean, it feels just like the real deal. That's why I just love this machine. It's incredible, guys. I just love it. It just works. It's crazy. Let's try just one last game. Turkane. T2, Taekwondo. And look at the speed and everything. It's just incredible. This is the image of my Amiga 1200 I have in my game room. Let's take Turkane here, Turkane 2. Let's try F10 Isn't this just incredible? Look at the loading time, look at no disk swap, everything. If I want something new, I can just put it on a USB stick and plug it in here. It's incredible. I love it. Let's put an auto fire. Alright. Turkane 3, guys, it works, everything works. As I said earlier, I know it's not the real deal, and I'm a huge fan of all the hardware for the Amigas and all that, but I mean, this is just, if you don't have room for the Amiga, or if you don't want to work with old hardware and all that, then this is incredible. And the way it swaps disk, look at this, how it just, this is Cannon Fodder 2 from 1994. I mean, if you don't want an Amiga to, you have to recap them today. And you have to, it's 25-year-old hardware, it can die anytime. The Amiga prices are just on the way up. More and more people get into the Amiga hobby, and I really understand it. But it takes a lot of place, a lot of room, and this Raspberry Pi for, I mean, for $30, I think it's just incredible, guys. I love everything about it. Let's say try the 40 again. 40, there we go. And let's check out the compatibility, because on the real deal I have a lot of issues with the 040. So let's take, I can run Gods, for example, on my 040. It runs too fast and too, I don't know. Sometimes it doesn't start up, it makes the guru screen. Let me see here. Okay, it works. Alright guys, so an Amiga 1200 with 030 accelerator, it's not cheap today. Okay, you can get it for $30. Now this Raspberry Pi, you can use it as an Amiga, you can use it. I have another SD card with DOS games on, and with some arcade games, MAME and Nintendo games, everything, almost every platform you can play with this little computer. And I know it's not the real deal, but it's incredible. I mean, I have this one. This one is taped back on this screen here, and the only thing when I'm done with it, I can just pack this and the joystick, and I have no Amiga here. I just use my normal PC. And if my game room is occupied by my son, if he's playing Skylander on his Xbox One and all that, then I can just, if I want to play Amiga, I can just check this one out and use my Raspberry Pi. It's just, I think it's incredible. I have emulated Amigas before, but this is just the way that it just starts up. I mean, I'm a huge fan of it. the way it starts up, look at this, guys, it's just... When you give it power, look at how fast this is, and this is the old 30. The screen, you choose games, and you just enter what you want to play. Let's check an old game here. Let's check Shut Up the Beast. Oh, so old. Settlers. Come on, guys. That's Settlers. Look at the speed. Look at how nice everything just works. And I love the USB part also. There we go. And it's ready. No disk swapping, no nothing. Oh, look at the graphical glitches we have there. That's because of its 030. When I have problems like that, I just press F12 and choose the 020 processor, and that's it. Then I have no trouble. Then everything works. It's incredible, guys. Oh, last game with the 040. Problems with Moonstone. Oh wait, let's try Frontier. Did we load 040? Frontier, there we go. I think it was with the 040. Let's just look at the demo. Yeah, that must be the 040. Look at how it runs. It's just incredible. I mean, if you want 040 with gazillion megahertz and all the RAM and all that in an Amiga 1200, running at this speed, it won't be cheap, guys. It won't be 30 bucks. This is just, it runs crazy. Look at this, guys, it's incredible. Look at the speed. So, if you have an Amiga at home, try this anyway. It's so simple, it's so easy. There are so many different guides to how to install games and Workbench and all that. Miss Matt Lemon has a 4, 5 or 6 part video on YouTube, Maddie. She explains everything, it's just great. And Amibian, everything is just for free, for download. You can donate, which will be a great idea. The games are for free, so simple and easy to set up. You can choose which Amiga you want. I mean, you can emulate a 500, a 1200, a 4000 with 040 with so many megahertz. I mean, look at how smooth this runs. I know it's through a iPhone 6 camera and all that, but the real deal with HDMI connection, audio and video, as I said earlier, it's just incredible. Not to think about old hardware that can break down anytime, not to think about a scan doubler or HDMI to SCART converter, nothing. This is just HDMI to any modern HDMI TV. The program can make the aspect ratio to 4:3. It's just incredible. I love it, guys. So I just want to share this one with you. I'm not an emulator. I like the real stuff, but you have to try this. I mean, this is not just one, but double thumbs up from me. Approved by RETROCENGO. I use it, I like it, and it's incredible. I don't feel that I emulate my Amiga. I really, when I play on this machine, it feels like I play just like on my Amiga 1200. So try it, guys. Until next time, play some Amiga. Bye.